Okay, so yeah. Whoever's up there won't get surprised because they know we're here. Um, we can get back to this radio computer later because I still don't know the password. And I don't even have to worry about opening the thing because she knows we're here. Wait. What? Damn it. Mm, does someone live here? Maybe. Sorry, I thought I saw an X on the floor. I guess not. Anyways.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Hmm?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the Elysium.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Oh, I didn't even knock. You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window. Why are you asking me about dice?
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Oh, the game that I didn't even purchase. Sure, I like role playing games and I need some dice. Maybe, I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers. I'm not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer and I need to ask some questions.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Well, tell me your life story.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
Real talk, I actually looked into it. Don't even ask me how I got there. It wasn't on purpose. The job market for jewelers, not great. It's really not very good. I mean, I think it's slightly better than fashion designer, but yeah, pretty shit if you want job security. Anyways,
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
hmm,
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
that's nice.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Ain't that the truth?
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Hmm. Do you know? Yeah, let me think about it because I don't have a lot of disposable income. Also, I'm sorry, I just now noticed I still have my flashlight out and I'm probably blinding you.
No need to rush. Take a look around, see if anything inspires you.
What do you know about the man who was lynched?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off of the work to look out of the window. I mean, looking at... Even if she did decide to take her eyes off her work and, like, you know, sit up with her head up, the window is still kind of high up. She would have to, like, stand and, like, purposefully look down to really see. Well, I'm actually not 100% sure on the angle. But yeah, she can take her eyes off her work and just be sitting there, but she still wouldn't see anything. You know? Not unless she stood up and looked directly out her window, I think.
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
Also a good point. Also, I just now realized I wasn't sure if this happened, like if the lynching, if it even is a lynching, it probably is, whatever. I just now realized I wasn't even sure if this happened during the day or at night. When was it called in? I don't even remember. Like the time of day, I don't even remember.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I mean, I get it. Something like a murder with a bunch of people, that kind of thing is probably best to do at night. It just makes more sense that way. But this whole situation is kind of weird. I don't know what to tell you.
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her.
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Wait, how do you explain what happened to all those companies then? Wait, do they even know each other? No, wait, I doubt she knows her.
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Plaisance is a wise woman. She has Semini's trinkets protecting her against the curse. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. The curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fail, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's what I'm here to investigate.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
I don't know. And also, do customers have trouble paying their bills? As far as we know, we're the only ones having trouble paying our bills. And that's because we're a hot mess. Uh, hmm.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, the waitress took off, but it sounds like that's due to personal issues. And I don't actually know if customers have trouble paying bills. That seems like an us problem. Whatever. I'm gonna go with the whole I totally know what I'm talking about. The malicious energies can't reach.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling
Damn.
novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Hmm. Oh yeah, does she think that she's the source? I mean, she did say maybe the entity would know about it. Because you're competent and dedicated to your craft, the curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get to you, have no doubt about it. It just doesn't care about earthly time frames. I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so called curse. Hmm.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Oof. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut, it's about the confidence.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customer should have been more open minded. Hey, that's their business. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, holy crap. Not even if my life depended on it. I guess I'm a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles. Yeah, I'm gonna end up going with the whole shrug my shoulders option again, just because, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with experimenting, but I don't think I should say that people should be more open minded. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I I mean, whatever. You live your life. If you don't feel like experimenting, that's your own business.
Me neither. I just want it off my face.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Oh.
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, yes. You mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
Hell yeah. How did that community project work out? Wait, hang on. Because both of these concluded, judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work, did it? These both seem like they would get the same answer.
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milius. Who would have guessed?
What is snuff milius?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris. But what's a snuff milieu? It's a shame about those windows. I'm not even going to ask about... Yeah, I'm going to ask about it. What is it?
It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with
Oh.
real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Damn, okay.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world. What does she mean to get off on it?
Electrochemistry? You know exactly what she means.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
I need to know what drugs he was doing for my police report.
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder. The smell was awful.
Even you can probably do better than that.
Oh, shut up. See, I'm always telling electrochemistry to shut up. Found some creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of... I didn't know insects had any rights or activists.
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
Okay, so that's how you pronounce that. Chitin. I was reading this one book about this alien insect species, and whenever that word popped up, I read it as chitin. It's actually pronounced chitin. Cool, I learned a thing.
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserved. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea. I have a heart, unfortunately. Even though I don't like insects, I would rather spend 5 minutes trying to scoop it up and put it outside than like squash it. Even though I can't stand being near them.
Really? Anyway.
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say? That's illegal. Why hasn't he been arrested? I'm curious about both of these. I mean, obviously illegal, but I do want to know why hasn't he been arrested? What do the transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just the props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Interfacing? Why even put that idea in my mind? Oh, hang on. There we go. I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean by liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Really? They must have been on a gigantic ego trip. I mean, they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Are you sure they weren't just, like, RPing? Like, maybe they were just acting out what they were... Or, like, I don't know.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
And depressed. Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great. You're right. They should have just tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed. Hmm.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
Ooh, really?
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed, what were the other ideas?
The fact that she's excited to tell me about this one.
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
I know a girl just like that. She works in Frit as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all. That's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you? I don't have an opinion on employing teens. I just want to know, did it work out for the business?
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Ugh.
Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
It's the market doing its job. I'm sure the bear was doing its best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw that bear, I felt scared. Like it could come alive any moment now. I killed the bear.
You did what?
I had to kill the bear to become the bear. I murdered it with my own bare hands. I laid it to rest. It's my trophy now. I unplugged the fridge. Oh, fuck. I don't want to freak her out, but I do like these other options. Ah. It's my trophy now.
Really? You broke it? What a shame. It was a terrifying beast, but I was fond of it. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life.
Oh, like a spirit animal.
By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Okay, so not like a spirit animal.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
I'm sorry, I need to check something really quick. It's not that far behind. What? Because it just surprises me. I didn't think I had many points in electrochemistry. I thought I was basically like half light, like 2 or 3. But I'm like Electrochemistry pops up in conversations quite a bit. Nah, it's because it has 4, which isn't that bad. I don't do drugs. I do drugs. I've got a vision beast myself. I don't have a comment on drugs. I do drugs, but I'm trying not to do drugs. I feel like if I picked this, it would be a straight up lie. No comment.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling embers under the window.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
So you're telling me that the doorbell with the empty name card was yours? I was wondering about the whirling in rags as a part of the... Okay, there are way too many options. I'm sure I get to say all of these. Let's start with this one.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I was wondering about the whirling in rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time.
Yeah, I was about to
under
say,
the
didn't
East
she
Delta
answer this
Commerce
already?
Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw a name, East Delta Pinball, on the doorbell.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This was an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, florography, trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
Well, damn. Not that I have any love for pinball, but still. Kim, what you got against pinball? A strange thing happened when I tried calling the company name Slipstream. Oh yeah, what was up with that?
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
First, it wasn't Plaisance. I know I would have recognized her voice. She says she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
You're right, I probably just got made fun of. No, it was something else, something eerie. It may have been some sort of rare electrical anomaly? Let's see. Composure says probably better to admit it was a harmless prank. But can we go anywhere with this if I just go, yeah, you're right, I probably just got made fun of. I want to go somewhere with this.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
Oh, I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
I think that's everything. I guess more questions about the intercom?
I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure. What do you want to know?
Nope, that's everything.
Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else? I'm listening.
Okay, yeah, that's everything.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I guess leave. No. I got a thought in morning. Oh, and the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. Oh, nice. Well, I mean, I guess I should buy some dice off of her if I'm gonna get that board game downstairs. Um, is this the way? No. Came from over here. Yeah, let me ditch the flashlight. Oop, hang on. No, 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 no. Hey.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
Is it what she wants to hear? I mean, I guess I can make some bullshit up and just say, oh yeah, it was awful. But don't worry, I handled it. It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sun shine in. I am in no position to give out personal opinions.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is... Damn it, how did... Shit, I don't remember. How did she pronounce her name again? Whatever. She's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
To make dice? Eh? She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. No, ma'am, I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further. Meh.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
Damn.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
I love that drama calls me sire. She says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. She said it's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system. A lie? The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits upon this place. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There are still leads to be followed, like that strange radio computer thing. There is another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it. I would like to put her at ease, but I do also need help with this radio computer. Maybe she knows something. Well, I doubt she knows something, but maybe she can help me out.
You're telling me that you went in there and didn't find out anything about the curse? Of course. I should have known better than to put my hopes on a man like you. You're no Simonese ghost whisperer. You're an alcoholic.
God damn it.
The investigation's over. I don't want you going in there anymore. You're only angering the psychic weather in here. Now, if you're not going to buy anything...
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
Damn it, I should have fed into her bullshit.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
I got my experience points. And let's go ahead. Plus 20% zoom out distance. That's weird. Why does it do that? L1 for problem, and then it switches over to Hobocop. Why? That's weird. I guess there is no problem, only a solution. All motorics learning caps raised by 1. Also, a plus 20% zoom out distance. Does this just mean that I can see more of the screen? Like of the game? Yeah, I'm willing to ditch this. Oh god, I actually got the Superstar one. I totally forgot. Oh god, let's internalize that advanced race theory. Okay. Let's check side quests. What is Race Enigma? Christ. Oh yeah, I still don't know how to get to that damn apartment. Oh yeah, we might as well go ahead and read this book outside. Camera's still too close. Oh, zoom out, R2. Oh. Cool.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
Okay. What more? Who says that? What more?
This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated.
Alright, what problems do these birds have?
Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
Woof. I could handle that. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely. Who would ever want a chatty companion? I want someone who knows how to listen. Eh? I can see like someone being super chatty, getting on someone's nerves. I don't know. I've never really minded it too much. I mean, I'm more of a listener than a talker anyways. The only time I have an issue with it, which by the way, this hasn't really happened to me yet, but I know there are people like this. Only time I can really see it bothering me is if they just keep talking and talking and talking about the most menial bullshit. And whenever you want to chime in, they never like pause to let you talk. Even when I've had friends who are just like super fucking chatty, whenever I want to chime in, they do always like slow the roll and, you know, listen to me when I talk. But I know that's not the case for all people who are chatterboxes. But at the same time, I do greatly appreciate people who can just be comfortable sitting next to you and not saying anything. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that. And that tends to make me uncomfortable because like people who are not comfortable with just like silence, they tend to try their best to fill up the silence with just anything. Even if it's like the most boring, menial shit. And they expect you to contribute to it. And it's like, I entertained it when I was younger. Because it's like, I noticed, oh, this person isn't comfortable with silence. I don't want them to be uncomfortable. But then it's like, as I got older, I'm like, why am I making myself uncomfortable? Just because someone else isn't comfortable with silence. So, I mean, I won't straight up ignore them, but I won't go out of my way to contribute to a boring conversation, you know? I don't really find them irritating. If anything, I'm just... I guess I kind of feel bad for them that they can't handle silence. But I mean, I guess lucky for them, people love to talk in general, so whatever. I'm not really feeling either of these, to be honest. Just talk, 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 talk. Then again, it's a bird. It's your bird. It's gonna be in your house. Like, it's not like you go to school with someone who talks a lot and then once you go home, you don't have to deal with this shit anymore. They're at your home. 2.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
Right, that's pretty bad. Anything else?
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
Good God. Yes, but there has to be something great about cockatoos as well.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels.
Listen, I like cuddles. The other things I don't really care for. And screaming for fun. get the fuck out of my house.
Ouch. That must hurt. Not great for the neighbors.
Hell, not great for me. Read about the funeral cockatoo.
This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Well, it's certainly my style looks-wise. Read about the major majestic cockatoo.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species. It must be glorious to behold, dark pink and snow white.
Read about the most common bang-bang cockatoo.
Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly gray and white. The Seminoles name, bang-bang, is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins.
Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me.
Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
Not the first one. Only the funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depths of my doom-laden soul. Isn't it obvious? Major majestic, here I come. But what if I'm just a fuck-up-a-two? A fuck-up and a cockatoo? I have to take some time to think about it.
You're right. You're a fuckatoo embodied. This sorry-ass bird belongs on your heraldry. It probably doesn't even have feathers and only screams.
Put the book away. Okay, well now that I'm... Can I sell this? I don't think so, because it doesn't... Yeah, items have price things, but not anything in Interact. Oh, the sun's setting.